Hello, welcome to the Trade Ideas Market Recap for Tuesday, May the 20th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of the trading room. This is the address to get into the room, and you can log in as a guest, or you can use your Facebook or your Twitter account to log in. Well, I had some problems with my Trade Ideas account towards the end of the day, so I'm not going to be able to actually show any Trade Ideas windows today. I'm going to show you the trades I did take, though, and post it in the room, but we just won't be able to show you the Trade Ideas windows from where they originated. Now, the first trade was NEWL. Now, if you saw the video yesterday, you know that I recommended that we watch it first thing in the morning. And for those who didn't see the video, this is a daily or a 2-hour chart of NEWL. And what happened is back on, I think this is May the 14th, I think that's May 14th, they did a 50 to 1 reverse split. So the stock price was way down here, and then when they did the split, it was up in the $1.20, $1.36 area. And typically they do, well, I think I know the reason they did this split. They wanted to maintain their NASDAQ listing, so they needed it a dollar share price for that. So that's why they did it. And as I said yesterday, typically reverse splits are just do not work at all. And that's literally what happened. You can see that here it is at 114, and it hit a low of 38 cents. So you can imagine what's going through the minds of the people who control this company. Are we going to have to do another reverse split to get the price over a dollar? But I think they have a certain amount of time before it has to get over a dollar, and they certainly did a good job. They had some press releases and all that. So that's why yesterday was such a. Let me get to the normal daily chart here, and a little hard to see, but yeah, it's a little hard to see here. But I mean, yesterday was such a great day for it. I think if you can see, look on here's the minute chart. So here's yesterday where it closed yesterday at $1.93. And why I liked it first thing this morning is that it didn't give back all its gains. Typically, again, because it's a reverse split situation, I would have anticipated that a lot of the selling would have come in. But that didn't happen, so I watched it and I watched this little pullback here, and I took the trade at 287. And immediately, again, these are 2-minute candles, immediately it went to 322, and I sold half there, and I sold another little bit at 343 and another little bit at 350. So again, this is out of the norm for me. In fact, I mentioned in the room yesterday that there was a time when I only traded stocks that were under $10, but in the last several years, I rarely look at a stock under 20. So this was radically different for me to jump on something this early and something so speculative. But it just had that look about it, and it had just looked like it had the strong momentum. And again, because the second day of a reverse split, and it didn't give it all back, and it was holding strong. That's why I took it. Now, the second trade, again, not the norm for me. And now this one came from, I guess, what I'm going to call my reverse bounce play. And again, this is looking for stocks that, in theory, look like they're overbought. But I've been finding that a lot of them just continue on. And so I watched this one, and this is LIQD, and I watched it right in this area here. I saw a little bit of the pullback, and then when it popped back up, I took the trade. And again, I took half out, so I took the trade at $1.61, and I took the other two halves, one at 181 and the other half at $1.83. And now, as I was having my trade ideas problems, one of the last things I mentioned in the room that I would look for it to pop above $1.71. And the market still has 5 minutes left, so I see it hasn't done that, but I'm certainly going to watch this one tomorrow. Again, if we take a look on the daily chart, you can see exactly why. I mean, this was basing here nicely at, in the $1.18 range, and then it's had this big day, and it had a bit of a pullback from the high. It didn't quite make it to 2, so it looks like it's going to settle in right around $1.65 or so. But it has room. I mean, it definitely has room. And I mean, even if it just got to the top of here at 264, that would be a great percentage increase. So again, I encourage you to watch LIQD first thing in the morning. The last trade I did was MRC, and MRC came up on, now this was on my true bounce alert. And why I really liked it was if I bring over the daily chart, you can see here is the 200-day moving average, and you can see how this is the day before, and it just touched onto it. And right there, that bottom of the red candle here, it's red candle right now. It's basically a doji. You can see it just tried to kiss it there too at 28.27. So when I saw that, I thought, okay, maybe this is going to have a nice bounce. Right, I mean, right there is the right there is the area. So it bounced off the 200 day, and so I basically decided it was a little bit late. I admit I was a little bit late. I probably should have taken the trade right around here, but we're only talking, 5 or 6 cents. So I took the trade at 28.59, held it for quite a while, for me anyway, on these are 2-minute candles. For my bounce plays usually work a lot faster than this, but I mean, it only dropped about, 3 cents from my buy-in, so perfectly willing to hold it. And then we had these two nice candles and even almost a third. And but then it basically gave it all up right here. And I even said to the room, and I ended up selling for a loss, 28.51. So I had an 8 cent loss on it. But I said to the room, I usually never ever allow a losing position to turn into a loss. Typically, what I probably should have done was just sell it right here at break even, and and then I could always get back in later on. And I can see that it, later on. But again, I was having all my trade ideas problems right here, so there was no way I was going to be able to do anything, but I do see that eventually it did do what I was hoping it would do. Sorry for that. I know that was some kind of a sound alert I haven't turned off. Only one other thing I want to go over is, oh, I see I didn't put it here. I think this one, as long as it didn't give up too much at the end of the day. Yeah, QTWW. Now you can see right here that the if it goes above 468, I mean, it's got a big gap to fill, 638 gap to fill, so or up to the gap. So I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow or even the next day, or may never happen. But again, this is one of the ones that I certainly want to be aware of tomorrow morning, especially if it has a strong opening and it can break through that little piece right there at 463. Again, if it's not tomorrow, let's say tomorrow it only goes up to 440 and doesn't quite break through there. Well, again, I will still be monitoring it. I would love to see it break the high of there, and if it does with any sort of volume, it has a lot of room to run. So QTWW and LIQD are two that I would be watching first thing in the morning. So that's it for the market recap today. Hopefully my trade ideas is back to normal tomorrow. I'm sure it will be. But here's the address to get into the room. Log in as a guest or Facebook or Twitter account, and I hope to see you in the trading room tomorrow.